Hey Divas, this is Anna coming to you. Let me just start off with saying, hi Kathy, this is Anna again. Super excited. I am trying out for the design team for Discount Paper Crafts on Etsy. She has an open call for, I believe, for one designer for altered items and then somebody else for cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter both of them. And then I'm going to let Kathy pick if I qualify. So she'll have one of two options. I have seen some of the girls. Oh my gosh. Such great girls, and what a great little competition for everybody, because there's just a beautiful array of women that are trying, and I wish everybody the best of luck. So I actually am really excited to try out for Kathy's team because I had purchased from her about a month and a half ago, and mind you, I did not know her. And she had came out with the new paper line, Marion Smith's paper line, and the Tea Time, the Prima stuff, when it first came out. And I had a question on the shipping, because it was giving me a different amount, whatever. And I sent her a message. She responded super quick, and I was just asking how much the actual shipping would be for the long list I had of stuff. And I just told her, okay, good. So once she clarified, I said, all right, well then I'll be back in a week, and hopefully the stuff will be there. And then, how sweet of her, she offered to hold all my cart until I got paid the following week. Okay, that's not something a person that owns a store does, only because, you know, they need to make their money, and that would have been sold. Believe me, she was sold out by end of day anyways. So that right there meant a lot to me about the type of person she is, to do something so sweet for me. And of course I got all my products, and I just really appreciated that. So of course I said thank you, but thank you again, Kathy, for actually being a really sincere person. So let me go ahead and get started on the items that I have, that I'm submitting. I'm going to do the cards first. Okay, I went to the Scrapbook Expo in Ontario, California, and I was really excited. So what I did is I got this right here, okay, which you can get anywhere, but it's just a CD cover. That's it, just a plain old CD cover, nothing spiffy, right? So it was only $1, so I figured let's go ahead and see what I could do. Okay, and voila. I made it into a card. Okay, and I used the Chic Indie paper by My Mind's Eye. Okay, so all I did was cut it out. It's like a 5.5 by 5.5, or 5.25 by 5.25, I'm sorry. And I just cut that sheet out, and I cut the same sheet out here, and then I cut another one out, and then I scored it right in the middle. It was 1/4 inch, because it has that little gap in there. And then I just used my Martha Stewart punch on the side. Everything is de-stressed with Vintage Photo. And then I did the same on this side, so that it hugged the part, because I didn't want the binding white part to see, and I really did not want to cut a thin strip that tiny. So it was easier to do this. Then I used my Sizzix die. It's a Flourish die by Sizzix that I've had for a bajillion moons. And then I have one of my doilies from Paper Bag Lady. So I used some of her doilies, and then I got this right here, this trim. I don't remember who I got it from. I'm deeply sorry. And then I just flower punched the design paper, put a little crystal there, same thing here, a little ribbon flower in the middle. I have these two little butterflies that I got from Elizabeth from Betty Bom Bom. And then I just stamped this. This is the pink paisley stamp, and it just says a girl walked in the sunshine. And I used my colored pencils to color the butterfly in, just to match the paper line. So I thought it was uber cute. And then I used my Nestabilities square rectangle scallop to cut this one out. Okay, so that's the front, and here's the inside. I did this part right here to put like a photo, so everything can be lifted up here. I did not here, and I brought out my punches, my flowered punches, and because I needed to make it semi-flat, so I did that. Okay, this is the other side. Busted out punches and dies this time, I swear. Stuff that I normally don't do. And then I just have stickles in the middle. Okay, and then right here I lined the paper. And what I did in order to get this cut is I ripped it from I actually lifted it from the bottom, which it's only adhered here and here. So you can pop it off and then it just opens into this flap. So I did that so that I could trace this piece and cover it. Okay. And then this is one of the inserts that I had inside. I just used some baker's twine and hung a little charm. And then I used another doily that I got from the Paper Bag Lady. And it's hollow. This crochet little doily is hollow inside. So it's a big old gap in there. And I got a flower punch and I put the flower inside and then I put this inside. So you see it's lifted up here because I pushed it inside. And please excuse my hands. Yeah, you see, that's all ink. I literally got done doing the cards today. And then, of course, I used my doily edge punch. And I just lined the inside for journaling on both sides. And I used literally the rest of my paper stack. Okay, and then I just did another little tag. Okay, and I used my index card, Sizzix die. That's just the back. So I just did these two. And I figured this would be cute, you know, if you wanted to write a little something and then you could put a picture that's here. Or maybe, let's say you don't have a picture. You can do a digi image or a stamped image and then put it there. You know, whichever you feel at the time of, you know, giving it away. So that's what I did with this one. And there was a few ideas I had with this instead of gluing it back on, but I wanted to keep it with a pocket because the pocket stays, you know, it's pretty wide opening, you know, pocket. It doesn't lay flat. So that's why I was able to stick something like this with you know, a dimensional embellishment. So I just put that to the side and I put that there. Okay, and that's one card. I wanted to do something that was different, not your typical, you know, card. Actually, let me move this here. Here's my second card. I heart it. Okay, and that was the digi image that I showed you ladies before that I colored with my colored pencils. I used my Nestabilities to cut her out. Okay, and I did a lot of layering here. Okay, so I busted out one of my Fiskars. It's an around the page punch, but it's the one that you don't need two punches like Martha Stewart. It's the one, and you can only do it in inch increments. I got this punch when I watched Arlene, My Butterfly Kisses. She had got it, so I had to have it. And then, of course, I have a doily. This is a Cherry Lynn doily that's back there that I got from Violet from 48 Scrappin'. Hi, Violet! And this right here, oh, ladies, let me tell you what I busted out. I busted out old school stuff. See that right there? That is Tim Coffee. I had got these many moons ago. These are punch outs of these flowers. And I was like, yes, I'm using them. So I totally used them to make this dimensional flower. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I have pop dots in between each one of them. Okay, isn't that like uber cute? And then I used, underneath that is another doily. And then I just stamped happy birthday to a special person, put a few blings here. Of course it's covering her purse and her camera here, but I'm alright. It's a pretty tall image, so something was going to have to get covered. Then I used an MFT die, the Flourish. And then right here I had some of these little shooting crystals in my stash, so those are there. Okay, and this is on a black cardstock. I have glitter on it. And then, so that's that. And then of course I have to finish the inside. Okay, so I used my last doily one from Violet. That's it. I don't have any more, and I was hoarding them. But I figured it's time to stop hoarding. And then I just once again used my MFT die, put some random purple blings in there, because this is kind of like purple and blue and pink that I mixed in here, and it was such an awesome combo. And actually I put stickles on here and added some bling in the middle of the butterfly because it didn't have any of that. And then I also added some stickles on the purple flower, which you may be able to see. Okay, so these are my 2 cards that I'm submitting. I love doing cards. They're actually a ton of fun to do. Okay, now this is the bigger stuff. Okay, now for the altered items. This is part of a swap I'm in with a super awesome person. I'm not going to say anything because I have a couple big items and I'm going to do another video for that. But I figured it was perfect timing and I could use this to submit for the challenge. Okay. I did another one of those journal books that I got from Michaels. Love it. Super vintaged out. Love it. Okay, this is one of the vintage flowers that I made right in here that I showed a few videos ago. I added a bling here. I added a bingo chip here that I painted white and I put some stickles on it. I also have a little doily that I got from Michaels here. This right here is a one of those brass embellishments that you can get from Michaels. It's a leaf, and I got some paint and just put my finger and rubbed into it. And then I have this butterfly punch that's actually this punch. It's not the Martha Stewart one. And then I have a cherry blossom, a button. I cut the shank off the back. I have another really big, beautiful doily here. This right here is a cherry lin die that I do have. And I used that on the outside in craft. And then another cherry blossom. And then I have this, it's a big spray that goes right here, all the way down here, all the way to the top. This is one of the Michaels ones. And all I did was randomly put butterflies and cherry blossoms. So you see there's a butterfly there. Let me put it straight up. That would help. So all these little crystals is part of the spray. I love it. It's a crystal spray that was white, clear. So I thought, perfect. And then the paper line, of course, I used. I'm finishing up is the the Vintage Parlor that I'm using. Actually, is that what, no, it's Victorian Parlor by Colorbach. And then, of course, I used one of Tim Holtz, got some paint, wiped it off, put a couple little flat back pearls, one of his Tim Holtz tickets, and then, of course, I crackled it with the I actually used the glossy crackle accents. There we go. And then this right here, I used this flower trim on the binding part, and then I put some big old flat back pearls in the middle of the trims. So I used 4. Oops. Try to fit that in there. Then I used some more of this flat trim. I actually put this flat trim on first, and then I went ahead and put this over it. And then this is another. Isn't that super beautiful paper? Oh my gosh. Heart it. Okay. So isn't there like a lot going on? I love it. So much to touch and look and see. And then of course I have some I Am Roses right there. And another I Am Roses right there. And there. So this is one altered project. Oh my gosh, the next one, ladies, I outdid myself. Okay. This one right here is a top hat. Okay. Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can. Hold on. Let's see if I can turn it. Okay. And see if I can show it to you a little bit better this way. Okay. Maybe not. Maybe it's too. Oh, let me try to do it by hand. I just didn't want. It's kind of big, so it's kind of hard to show you, ladies. Okay, let me show you the inside so you can see. It's a top hat, you see? So I paint, it was paper mache, and I painted it with a cream vanilla acrylic paint. And I used some of this beautiful, beautiful lace trim that I had bought off of Facebook, actually. And then I used another trim right here from Elizabeth's store. And then I have the Chinese braid. It's all in creams and whites and a couple hints of brown. I wanted it to stay very neutral. And then I used another beautiful trim here. Look at this Venice trim that I used here. It was a hoarding item. And I have some teardrop pearls that I used. Okay, and on the top, I sporadically put some appliques that I purchased from my local store. It's a fabric store. So I put a piece here. And I put a piece on that side. Okay. And then I just got some pearl trim. And I just randomly put it like this all the way through the top. And there you go. And it comes right down the side. And it goes right into the trimming. Okay. Now the side that has all the decoration is right here. Okay, so where to begin? Okay, this right here is a button, and then here's some flowers I had in my stash that I totally changed the colors on, and I used my Lindy Stamp Gang to do it. This butterfly right here used to be, just wanted to show you ladies how sometimes you get things and you don't want to use the color. So this was the color of it that I bought from Elizabeth, and I popped off all the blings that were on here and I painted it white. Okay, so I painted it white, and then I added pearls instead in all the spots that were once regular blings. Okay, and then I just put a little silk ribbon flower in the middle. See how you could totally alter that? You look at it and you're thinking, well, I don't like purple, or I don't like, you know, whatever it is, but you can totally alter it. And there was 2 of them for $1 at her store, so I love the shape of the butterfly. And I like purple too, so I didn't know which way I was going to go with it. And then here's another little ribbon flower. Here's one of my handmade flowers that I made. I used as the centerpiece. And then look at these beautiful feathers that are right here. I got these from one of the stores out here. It's not a scrapbook store. And some white feathers. And then here, see here? Here's where the applique is. It comes all the way down here, and it has all the sequins and beading, and then it folds up to the top part. I absolutely love it. Okay, and then I have another flower that I use my Lindy Stamp Gang on. Here's one of the flowers that I made, my paper flowers that I made. Okay, and then I have another one of the flowers down here. And then, let's see. And then I have another button here, a flower, a cherry blossom. I have just a loose round pearl that I put there. Then I have one of these azars that I got from Elizabeth's store too. Another flat back pearl there, another ribbon flower there, and another silk flower. And then how I did it is it's going down the side of the hat. Okay, so I just put all the same type of flowers that I put along the side, and here's a loose pearl, a round one, and then a flat one, and the cherry blossom, and a flower I altered, and another flower that I altered. These right here were yellow, and I changed the color. And here's another button, and then I used this trim. See, it goes, the trim goes all the way through here, all the way down here, all the way around the lace. So I followed the shape of the lace, because you see the lace has peaks and valleys. So I just did that on one of the sides. So let me see if I can. There we go. So there we go. Okay. It's a pretty big item. It's kind of hard to show. But I was really happy to do this. And I'm hoping that she loves this, because I really had her in mind when I got this. And I was really excited that she would want to do a swap with me. I'm actually beside myself with that whole thing, but I'll give you guys all that good stuff info later. Okay, so here is my other entry item. I figured it would be something unique, not typical, and that I've seen on YouTube. So okay, ladies, so wish me a ton of luck. I really appreciate everybody watching my videos and, you know, leaving compliments. And thank you so much for all my new subbies. I do notice that they come through, and I want to thank you ladies so much for subbing to my channel. I really appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy and learn and feel inspired, or else there's just no sense in you subbing to me if you just don't feel that way. Because I actually enjoy doing this, and enjoy sharing, and I enjoy watching every one of your guys' videos. I chime through, and you know, I'll watch a whole video, and the next thing you know, the smallest thing on there will inspire me. You know, that's just the way we work, right? So wish me luck, and I'm hoping that I'll get good news. And if not, you know what, it's always a great experience, and there'll always be another time, and I had a blast. So thank you ladies so much. Yay. I will see you soon. Okay, bye.